All right, great being out at practice again. You guys had really good focus, I thought, today. After having finals last week, Friday's practice was good effort-wise, but mentally we're a little fried. So it was great to see the strides yesterday and today. Got to do a little third down work today. Quick workout. Had a little moisture out here, which is always great to practice in because we don't give that opportunity very often. But it tends to get our guys that extra intensity to focus, even though there's elements that are can sometimes distract other people. So great to get that practice in, and we'll have one more tomorrow before we send our guys off to Christmas.
Do you worry at all about them going away for a couple days for Christmas and then all of a sudden it's a game week, huh?
Well, I really don't. It'd be different if we had a group that wasn't very mature, but we've got a bunch of guys that have played a lot of football. But no, we're not worried about our guys going home because we've got a veteran group of guys that are very, very focused, that understand how important it is to win an 8th game, win a bowl game, the momentum that we need to go into next year with the guys that are returning, and then just a great send-off for our seniors. So I am confident our guys will take that time, have a great opportunity to spend some time with their loved ones. But when they come back, it's time to win a football game.
When do you resume practice?
We'll be back on the 26th. Most of our guys they'll fly back in the morning, and we'll have our normal 4-day out practice. And we've already scripted all that, so we know what to expect, and we expect to have a great practice on Thursday.
Since we've seen you, I think, at least since I've seen you, Evan has won basically every All-America honor he can get. Can you just talk about how deserving he is for that and what kind of season he had?
Well, you're talking about a guy that led the entire country in tackles, led our defense in just the tenacity in which he played. He's a guy that's got a little bit of a swagger to him, but he backed it all up. And I can't say enough about what he's done for Cal football, our defense in particular. I know he's made our entire unit better, and he's well deserving of all those awards. Coach Sermon's, rightfully proud of him. He's done a great job training Evan, but there was a lot of raw material there that Evan took advantage of that coaching and just made him the player that he was. I think he's going to have a tremendous career after this. We've got one more opportunity with him, so I'm excited to see him in his last game.
And in what ways has he specifically improved this year, do you think?
Well, I think he's got a better overall understanding of the game, where he fits. He's always been kind of a natural football player, but I think he understands now how offenses are trying to attack us depending on our structure. And because of that, he can slip blocks better because he knows how, an offense is likely to block us. He knows how to fit the pass game much better. And he's been a really effective rusher for us when we've called upon him to be in the rush.
And you mentioned, sort of alluded to his personality, but he's pretty much made that work for him, hasn't he?
I think so. He's a guy that has tremendous confidence in his ability, but he backs it up with his play. And so
he doesn't really cross the line, does he?
Most of the time. Yeah, he's right on that line. Like I said, he's been fun to coach. Every now and then, Coach Sermon and Coach Wilcox got to get him back on our side of the line. But for the most part, he just walks the line and stays on the right side of it.
He has had National Signing Day on Wednesday. He signed about, I think, 11 guys on defense. Mm-hmm. Is there any one of those guys that sticks out as someone who could be an immediate contributor?
I don't know that you ever look at one individual. We're really excited about the guys that we did sign. Obviously, our secondary the last couple of years has been very good, and we're losing a good number there. So having 5 defensive backs come in, 2 of them starting in January, is going to be a big-time help for us. Up front, we've got 3 really big guys that fit what we do that we're excited about, and then signing 2 quality inside linebackers. We're going to lose, like I said, the secondary players. Luckily, we're getting Josh back, so that'll be big for us. We don't lose a ton of other guys. We'll miss Colt, and, we'll miss Lone, up front, but we got a good nucleus coming back, and these guys will certainly supplement all that.
Do you know if you're going to have Cam back, and when do you expect to get a final answer on that?
I think he's going to spend some time with his family and people advising him. It's a tough decision. He's got an opportunity to graduate this spring if he so chooses. There's obviously some opportunities for him, and he's going to, I think, get with his family, and obviously Coach Wilcox and the rest of us are going to give him some advice from what we're hearing from NFL, but we're going to support him in whatever he decides.
You talked about the linebacker. I want to talk about Iosefa and just what he's shown you guys and how important he is to sign him.
Yeah, Mo's a big get for us. I mean, he's a guy that is a big inside linebacker that's physical, can run. He's a guy that was very highly recruited, that no matter the interest from other people, we weren't always sure until Wednesday, but he stayed true to his word. And to me, that's really impressive, because in today's day, especially with all the social media, with all the attention that recruits get, it's very easy for guys to, hey, what's the next shinier thing out there? Who's the bigger logo? Who's got more fan base tweeting at me? But he didn't. He knew what was true to him, what was going to be the best choice for him for not just the next 4 or 5 years, but the next 40, 50 years. And we're excited he's going to be a Golden Bear.
And you guys have started prep for Illinois, and I know you told us it's Rod Smith, their former Arizona offensive coordinator. Is it that Rich Rod type offense that you guys are?
Very similar. A lot of those themes. They're going to go tempo at times. They're going to mix it up some. A lot of 11 personnel. A lot of run and RPO game. So a lot of things that we saw in the Ole Miss game. A lot of things going back 2 years ago to Arizona. So they'll be both in 11 personnel and 12 personnel and 20, and so all those same themes. And they do a lot of things to stress the defense, and we've got to do a great job in the run game. So I think that's probably the strength of their team right now. They're pretty physical up front and do a really good job in their run schemes. And they've got a couple of backs that run extremely hard and have about 1,200 yards between them.
Are you pretty healthy right now on your side?
For the most part.
Got a couple weeks to sort of the nicks and bruises.
Yeah. So guys have had those couple of weeks to hopefully.
Obviously, don't have Ashton, but I mean.
Right, but everybody else is practicing, so I think everybody's feeling pretty good about themselves right now. That's it.
Are we good?
All right.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys.